Everyone, this is MJ Worthy at Be Worthy Lifestyle. And for a moment, I want you to picture this a night at the improv, and you are one of the star performers. Yes, I got to have this night, and it was so amazing and so fun. But let me give you some background. I am not a comedian in any way or shape or form, but all my life, I've been a jokester. I've had little one liners. I have friends that if you tell them back in the day what kind of person I was, always laughing, always joking, always having fun. That just was me. But I had stage fright. It was something that I was not going to do for a living or anything. And then this magical thing happens in 2026, and I turn 60. And all of a sudden, there's things that I'm looking at going, oh my God, I never did this thing. What stopped me from doing this? Why have I not at least even ventured out in the smallest way? And so I end up at this job assignment. I wasn't there long, 30 days. And within that 30 days, one of my coworkers just happens to be a part-time comedian. Wild, right? So I'm kind of like, oh, okay, well, this really isn't that kind of business. Like, I'm a title clerk. So working with title applications doesn't equal comedy. They're not even in the same building, right? But this particular experience was happening right there with me, for me, and in my vision. I knew I would love to just see the show. So I'm in a group, we're jibber jabbering, talking, having a good time, and it just happens to be this coworker's birthday, and she's having a show that I've never seen. And immediately I felt something change in my reality. And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if? That's kind of my thing. Wouldn't it be funny if? Bam. And then that's when the statement starts. And all of a sudden, a conversation is happening around me. The show is happening. And I decide to pop out one of my one liners because that's what I do, random popping out one liners. I do it all the time. And I asked this individual, oh, so if you are going to be at a comedy show, how close can I sit? Because I love being a heckler. And that was my thing. And then I was done. Haha. And so she immediately responded and said, so what are you doing Wednesday? And I was like, nothing. I don't have anything to do. And she was like, would you be willing to go on stage? And it when I tell you how natural the yes came out, and I just said yes before anything else could stop me. And all of a sudden, it seemed like my environment just kind of slowed down to this pitch. And then all of a sudden, we're talking about this this night where it's gonna be, and it's like a real comedy venue, and there'll be two or three others, and and then it just started to make so much sense. So what I really would love to do is, first of all, I do have the whole performance that I did, the little 5 minutes that I'm going to put out there and share. And but it wasn't even about. I don't even think I've watched the whole thing yet. Like, I was just so floored that it was happening. It was an experience that I just wanted to have, and an experience that maybe in my past I had fear. I thought there'd be heckling for me, right? Which is why I'm such a jokester. And but none of those things happened. None of those things happened. So I really want to just kind of have a moment where, if you've ever had a moment, or if you've thought about a moment and you never did it, and you're thinking, you know what, let me try, because I've wanted to do this thing. I've wanted to go ziplining. I want to go skiing for the first time. I've wanted to do a comedy show. and actually just say yes and say yes and see it happening and see it happening without knowing what it's going to be, but know that it is done. And I really want you to share that. Please put any kind of little experience that you've had so that I know that it's not just me. I know there are so many of you that have done the same thing or maybe wanted to do the same thing and something held you back. So please, if you've done it, share it. If you're thinking about it, do it and then come back and share it. I really want to hear how, as a collective, we are all out doing these exciting things because we have the gift of living a new day, creating unlimited possibilities in our life that we are not always so open to just responding to. So please, I would love to hear some kind of comments about how you've done something or thinking about doing it, or say you're thinking about doing it and it's going to happen and you're coming back and you're responding to it. I would really love to showcase your story, share your story. I'd even like to talk to you about your experience, what you felt, what it was like. Those kind of things are so exciting for me. And it's why I created this page, because Be Worthy Lifestyle is about all of us being that greatest version of ourself without judgment, without questioning, just knowing that we are enough. So I am signing off for now. Going to have another story next week, but I want you to please subscribe to this channel. Also, if you have any comments, I would love to hear from you. And you can always go to my webpage at www.beworthylifestyle.com. Send me an email. We can have some dialogue. Look, maybe we can do a show together. I don't know. I don't know where this is going. All I know is I am so glad to meet you and want to have you participate in creating your own Be Worthy lifestyle. This is MJ Worthy signing off, and this is my story.